Welcome back to the Trials Fusion Track Central Spotlight. I am your host, Attack Slug, and as always, if you have a track you want to see that's in this game, featured on this show, then leave it down in the comments below. And for at least a little longer, I will keep doing this show. Perhaps I will stop at episode 50, but right now, we're not stopping, and our first request for today is from Ashy Boy PS4, wants to see a King Kong track. This is an FMX track. I'm not fond of FMX, but it's a request, and I try my best to get to all the requests that I get, if they're in the game. And I obviously get a lot of random people saying random words, and a lot of times those random words are not in the game. So, if you know of any tracks, then, you know, feel free to leave them in that comment section, but spitting random pop culture words and phrases is not going to help you or me. And we're gonna do some stunts here. Superman. So I'm waiting to see, did somebody actually build, oh god, that's, yep. Did somebody actually build a King Kong thing in here, or is it just named King Kong? I guess that's my question. Like, the green stuff is, I'm not really sure, like, radiation, or like we're in the world of Fallout, or something? I don't actually know. But got some hill climb stuff here going on with which is weird because this is a FMX. What the hell is going on? Woo! Superman. And I'm stuck in the ground again. Great. All the way back to that checkpoint because, look, if you're in the air, ideally if you're in the air, you're doing tricks, right? But doing tricks got me stuck in the ground, and I don't want to be stuck in the ground, so I want the checkpoint, is what I want. Okay. Doing that oh man, I almost made that. That would have been sweet, but no bueno. Not gonna make that. Right into the water. Yeah, so ideally, with FMX, can you make that? Is that possible? Ideally, wait, how do I even... Wait. Ideally, you want to do it all in one run. You want it to be all one long combo. But if you can't get that to happen... Oh man, that is... Whoa! What in the hell? This is a badly designed FMX track. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Like, I don't know what they were thinking here. I don't know why they called it King Kong. I appreciate the checkpoints. And I got a platinum somehow. I fucked up that much and got a platinum, so I guess thumbs up for that? I don't know. The next request comes from Antonio Mondagna, who wanted to see a Pokemon track. There aren't any, but I did find Pokeball Pit, which I would assume is Pokemon themed. I would hope so. Because what the hell else would a Pokeball be? But hey, we'll find out here. This is an easy track. And it might load or it might not load. That's... usually doesn't take this long. So, what... Okay, there it goes. Easy Bogo Roach. I'm not going to use the donkey, I'm sorry. Those are definitely Pokeballs. With the Pokemon and the... Oh god, the frame rate. Man. There's a Squirtle and a Charmander. And the frame rate is dying and I just crashed. They just put a lot of physics went into that. A lot of physics. Not much else. But a lot of physics. The next request from Here to Save You All wants to see a track called Future. There's like 10 pages of tracks with the name Future in them, but we're just going to hit this medium track called Future and see what it has to offer here in Trials Fusion. A lot of real long downloads today. I'm not really sure why that is. It's kind of a bit troubling because certainly this is a show that I've been doing for a long time, and usually those downloads are real quick, real fast, and I don't know what the problem is but we'll have some best burgers and not worry about it in this track called Future. And in the future, tires float in the air, and then I hit my face on the, yeah. Do some of that. Nope, that's too far. That's too far. We don't want to do that. That's like, alright. Some of that. There we go. We are here in the future because of reasons. Things float in the air in the future because we said so. I don't know. Got a gold. That was a short track. Whee! And our final request from Jason Bullock, who wants to see a Portal track. There's like 4 pages of track with the word Portal in them. So we're going to hit up one called Portal Experiment, which that guy misspelled the word experiment, so that's going to be a quality experience. Like, I can't imagine that he spelled that the wrong way on accident, but you never know. It's expeiment. Experiments. I don't know. There's supposed to be an R in there, and there's no R in there, so that's kind of troubling. But hey, let's see what we can do here with some warping. And some more warping. Oh, that's my head. That's my head. Don't need to be doing that. Yep, and some of that. Oh, the fire out of nowhere is Randy Orton fire. Just blatantly tricked me. Like, I didn't know it was coming. What the hell? Aw, you can't be doing that to me. Come on now. What the... What? Alright, so it goes down, and then it goes up, and then there's that one, and then there's that one, and then there's a checkpoint. Okay. That was a little bit confounding. That's okay. We're not going to worry too much about it. We're going to continue on to the next checkpoint, and keep on keeping on a fine Sunday evening. And I'm looking forward to watching The Walking Dead, which this will go up after that, but I'm looking forward to watching The Walking Dead. And I'm looking forward to next weekend. Should be the... I will have, hopefully, maybe, quite possibly, in my hands, a brand new cell phone, which is the Galaxy S7. So I'm looking forward to that. And I did take part in that thing where if you pre-order it, and I hate pre-ordering, but if you pre-order it, or if you buy it in that first, couple of days, you get the Samsung Gear VR, that, thing you put your phone into and get the VR thing. So, looking forward to doing something with that. I don't know what yet. Something with that. That'll be interesting, so. But they said that phone's out like Friday. I mean, I know that some carriers have already shipped it, but I went into a Sprint store, and that's a whole different story. It's a whole different Sprint store story from a couple days ago that was just very frustrating, and I'm not going to get into that. But long story short, my store is not going to have it until Friday at the earliest, maybe even Saturday. And I would imagine they're going to get in the phone and the VR at the same time. I would hope so. But looking forward to, since I've played around a little bit with my Google Cardboard, which I do like a bit. But obviously it is the bare bones for that kind of thing, and you can't really, getting it to stick on your head is a, pain in the ass. So having an actual VR headset that is, co-designed by Oculus, but not actually an Oculus, is an interesting thing to mess with. So I will certainly attempt to make Grim and the twins and Al maybe get with some of that stuff, and just do some interesting VR experiments. And supposedly also comes with some games, so looking forward to that too. But in the meantime, I don't think I can actually do this jump here. Like, why would you do that? Nope. I thought maybe it would come back down. I don't think it's going to come back down. Well, that's unfortunate, because I don't know that I can actually get this to... I know I know, in theory, the momentum that I should be having here, but it is outside of my skill set. Which I've said again and again, there are certain things that are outside of my skill set. in this game, and this might just be one of them. I can inch up and do it this way, but well, I don't think that's actually going to help anything. So we're gonna quit. And one top-rated track to even out my day here, Japanese Gardens. A nice, relaxing, medium track. So I will use a roach on a nice, relaxing medium. I'm hoping it's actually a medium. And once again, we have Shiznit 5.7, which we had seen in previous week's videos from the Xbox One, because all the tracks now are shared across platforms, but they all have to be shared by an account called FusionShared. So if you see that a lot in my show notes here in the description. If you're calling it a medium track, don't let me use, don't make it like where you need to use the expert bike, the hard bike. Like, the track said medium. I don't think this track would have been, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm not saying it would have been feasible with the heavier bike, whereas obviously using the Pit Viper here makes it much, like, this is smooth sailing, but you can't list it as a medium and not have it be easy enough to play with the other bike. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Now, granted, this track looks awesome. Like, a lot of work went into this track, and that part of it, I think, is great. But come on now, you should have at least, said it was like, if you're gonna design it around the Pit Viper, then it's not a medium track. Like, straight up, it is not a medium track. That is the distinction I will put forth with this stuff. Anyway, playing it with a Pit Viper is nice and smooth, and I can see where all the racing lines would be if I wasn't, having a blind playthrough here. But there it is, UKR. Thumbs up. And that wraps it up for another week of Trials Fusion Track Central Spotlight. As always, I am your host, Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. And I'll see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out!